Hello and welcome, dear viewers, fellow casuals. You're watching Primetime Casual, and this is an introduction to speedballing. Or rather, let's talk about speedball too, shall we? You know, where's the location? What's the venue? What kind of facilities do we have? And most of all, I want to talk about the rules, because it's all very well and good on the forum in written form, but that has to be, concise. And I'd like to talk about the rules a bit. But first, let's admire the view of Barnum's Loop. It is a nice place, this one, I think. And I really have to do a shout out here to EDSM, because without EDSM, we couldn't have found this planet. Where are we? Because last SpeedBowl had the problem, and I will just turn this off for a second. Last SpeedBowl had the problem, people couldn't get there. It was 600, 700 light years outside of the bubble. It was a fantastic place. Chia Hydra holds a special place in my heart. But it was a pain to get there. And I admit that was a huge disadvantage. So, this time, I went, like I said, give me something near Sol. And as you can see, Sol, 107.17 light years away. Here's everything you want. You can buy a ship wherever you want. You can outfit it. You don't even have to, go out of your way to speedbowl. It's literally 100 light years, 110 light years from Sol. It's deep within the bubble. And my speedballing ship is a hauler. I have 50 light years range. It is literally, when I'm in the bubble, it's 2 or 3 jumps away at most. The location is GCRV 52424. It's a nice little system. It's a G-class star with several other stars as well in the system. It's currently, it's in boom again. It was in Civil War for quite a while. So yeah, obviously it's in boom because speedball's coming, all the advertisers and the merchandising and everything. It's great to see that we are, with this speedball event, we are bringing peace and prosperity to the bubble. Let's have a look at the system, and we are bowling on planet A4, which does have where is it? Anyway, it does have Bombelli Prospect, obviously, which is the target. That doesn't have a shipyard, but in orbit is Carl Diesel Orbital. I wouldn't want a diesel right now, but okay, let's go with it. Carl Diesel Orbital is in orbit, obviously, and it does have everything. It has refuel repair, obviously, commodities, outfitting, shipyard. So you can store your ship. You can have your ship transferred here. You can have multiple ships to get bowling. You can have a multiple set of bowling shoes, so to speak, and you can even buy your ship here. I don't know which ships they have in stock or which outfitting modules, but basically you can get here. You can buy a ship. You can store a ship. You can have it transferred. It's perfect. And on the base, on the planet, which is the target, is of course Bombelli Prospect. It doesn't have a shipyard, which would be, very, very sweet. It doesn't have, but at least it's there, and if you land there, you will get respawned there, I think. So yeah, this is the basic premise. This is the location. Big shout out again to EDSM for letting me find this planet. And let's talk about the rules in a second, shall we? So, the rules are very simple. You have to reach Bombelli Prospect as fast as possible. Well, that's the basic premise of Speedbowl. Simple. Okay, let's make this a little more interesting, shall we? Because if I just said, get as fast as possible, someone Alexander Lang would start at basically orbital altitude and then bowl for 20 hours and reach 35,000 meters per second, which, while impressive, is a bit hard to beat. Let's be honest. So stipulations are as follows. You can read along in the forum if you want, or you can just listen. The starting altitude, there are no set starting coordinates. It is a perimeter. The starting altitude has to be 200 kilometers. Okay? Simple. Then, distance from Bombelli Prospect. You need to have Bombelli Prospect, and this is for your sake as much as it's for ours, have Bombelli Prospect targeted at all times so that it shows up in your HUD, obviously to aim for, and also in the left bottom target panel, so on the final screenshot or video that you submit, we want to see how close you are to Bombelli Prospect, so we can, that in case Bombelli Prospect isn't visible in your screenshot, which it might not be if you just take screenshots instead of video. We can sort of judge from the distance to Bombelli Prospect and your altitude, you know, basic tree geometry, whatever. We can judge, are you really above Bombelli Prospect or are you wildly off to the side? It's kind of a square root of 1 kilometer, one distance, and whatever. Anyway, keep it targeted at all times. And the starting distance to Bombelli Prospect. This word is getting harder and harder to say with each time. The starting distance, we suggest, based on empirical science, between 1.4 and 1.6 megameters. This seems to coincide with the usual flight curve during speed bowling, which should give you a very good run. For the hauler, it's a bit experimenting, you know. Try 1.5. If you come up short, then really short, then just start a bit closer. If you come, you know, have problems, you have to nosedive in the end, then start a bit further, like that. I found that for my hauler, 1.52 megameters is the perfect starting distance. And yes, 0.52. It has to be that exact. Anyway, this is the basic starting position, 200 kilometers height at 1.4 to 1.6 megameters, and then just go as fast as possible. And I will do that right now, and then bring you in after a shortcut to demonstrate you the finishing conditions. So here we are. This is very close to the finish line, and I'm starting with this view because I want to point out that to the side of Bombelli Prospect, the crater. And just a little suggestion. We don't care from which direction you're heading towards Bombelli Prospect, but if you want to make your life a little bit simpler, make sure that the crater is behind Bombelli Prospect, because this gives you altitude to play with once you cross the finish line. Instead of, you know, having the ground at the same height as the finish line, you suddenly have, you know, a couple of 100 meters more altitude to stop your fall. Just a little suggestion. Don't want you, no, this isn't a requirement. It's just a little trick, now, to make your life a little bit easier. And there you have it, Bombelli Prospect with Tower 1 and Tower 2. And these towers are about 200-300 meters tall. We measured. And they are marking the finish line. More or less. Yeah, it's not exact science. Keep Bombelli Prospect targeted, and we want to have something of the base visible in the screenshot. Ideally a tower. Also the finish altitude. Originally, I'm letting you in on this little secret. Originally, our test pilot, dear Commander Sanderling, and a big shout out to Sanderling, who's helped us so much with testing SpeedBowl 2, feasibility testing. He suggested, well, let's do 300 meters tops. Then I came in and said, well, let's do 500. And we amended it to 1 kilometer, and it's plenty. I think really 500 meters. If you're a decent speedball, you want to use every last meter of altitude for gaining speed. You should aim below 500. You know, if you want a podium finish, aim as low as possible. 500 is plenty, and 1 kilometer is our generous offer, so that there are less pancakes, basically. You know, 1 kilometer is good. Carry on with your journey, Commander. Very nice of you. So, yeah, Bombelli Prospect is targeted. And you can see I'm here between the towers, more or less, and I'm falling. Between the towers, and obviously. And 300 meters. This was our initial the finish line, 300 meters above Bombelli Prospect. And as soon as my vertical thrust kick in, and as you can already see, it's plenty. 500 meters, this is easy, and you can go all the way up to 1 kilometer for a decent screenshot, decent finish line screenshot. And as you can see, if we aim towards the crater, coming from Bombelli Prospect towards the crater, you'll have less of an issue surviving the SpeedBowl. Go! And there's traffic here. Make no mistake, there is traffic here. So, yeah. This is the venue. Bombelli Prospect. 1 kilometer finish altitude, 200 kilometer start, at 1.4 to 1.6 kilometer run in. And yeah. Let's do it. I hope these are the basic rules, you know. We need a starting screenshot showing you at 200 meters altitude with speed 0. We need a screenshot as you cross the line. And we need a screenshot that shows you with a speed 0 after crossing the line to prove that you survived. A small tip from me, again. Depending on your setup, grabbing the screenshot in-game will be hard. You might either mistime it, costing you speed, or making it, even invalidating it if you, grab it at the wrong altitude. And even if it doesn't, you might actually have to let go of your controls and you might crash afterwards. My suggestion is record a video and either upload the video completely for us to judge. We would love to see you. We would love to see your runs, and then I would like to compile a highlight video of all the best runs and the craziest runs and the best saves and the most explosive pancakes and all that. So if you can, we would really love to see a video of you. If you can't, record a video nevertheless and take your screenshot from a still image. That will give you the best speed at the ideal moment in time during the run. And that's basically it. You have then 3 submissions on race weekend, which is Saturday the 8th of December and Sunday the 9th of December, and I triple checked the dates this time. You can have 3 submissions. Okay? Easy. You can turn in 3 image sets or 3 videos of your runs. This is to, other events have people try it as often as you like, and you can try as often as you'd like. Just submit a maximum of 3 attempts. And that's it. It's a bit of a poker game going on, Submit the first one, set a bar to measure against. But who has one more run up their sleeve after that? And then you submit your second run and get beat again. And then when shall you submit your third run? Is the current third run you have really the best you can do? Can you try again? And the time is running out. And last SpeedBowl we had submission for 3rd place, actually by 67 mistake not. who submitted it, and I kid you not, 3 seconds after the deadline. The in-game clock, like for the Speed Zero shot, was past the deadline, but he achieved the speed just 1 second. Anyway, it was a split second. He achieved the speed before the deadline, but came to a halt after the deadline, and that was the ultimate in submission poker. Please don't do that. Please give us a little bit more leeway, make it a little easier to rule. Submit all screenshots must be before the deadline. Even if you please come to a halt, your 0 speed screenshot has to be before the end of the deadline. Simple as that. This has been Primetime Casual. I've told you all about the rules. 200 kilometers, start 1 kilometer maximum, finish 3 screenshots, start, speed, stop, and submit it while it's still Sunday on your ship's clock. Or take the screenshot. Anyway, these are the basic videos about speed bowling. I hope you enjoyed them. They are a bit talky, I suppose. If you have any questions, leave them on the forum, and I will do a FAQ in the forum, and I'll probably do a live stream, bowling a bit, sometime next week or the week after. You've been watching Primetime Casual. This is SpeedBowl. Lie safe.